Hello, my name is Ibrahim Hamouda. I'm the president of Sphinx Information Technologies in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Today I will start a series of videos intended primarily to our staff of developers to show how to use Gitlab and use the Git to adjust and the flow of our process of development and releases. So as you see, the Git is empty here. I will add 3 users. These 3 users will be a group of 2 developers and 1 QA. They will all collaborate in one project. So I will add them to a group, and in this namespace of this group I will create a project. I will call it just example. And then we will see after that how to make these users collaborate with the Git through the Gitlab. So first I will add the users. First user is called developer1, and the username is developer1, and the email is sphinx.dev1@gmail.com. I created this email specifically for this demo. A temporary password will be created for this user and sent to his email address. So I'll just create the user. While I'm here, I will just create the other users and then we see how we will deal with them. So another user here is developer2, sphinx.dev2@gmail.com. Now we will add the QA user. Call him QA user. And the username is QA user. And the email is sphinx.qa1@gmail.com. So we created the 3 users. Now we will add them to a group. This group will represent the company that we are doing development for, so I will call it example company or just example Inc. And I will add users to this group. I will add the Git admin, of course, which is added already, so I will add developer1 as developer. I will add developer2. I will add the QA user also as developer. So now we have a namespace for this group. It's called example-inc. And we will just go and create a project inside this group with this namespace. So the project name will be examples. And the namespace for it will be the example inc group. Oh, sorry, I was searching here, not creating a project. So example and example inc group. Okay, so the project is created. These are just instructions how to start initiating the project in Git and pushing it to the server. So our next step here is to go and log on as every one of these users to get the temporary password. So I log on as to Gmail as developer1. And this is the email here. And I'll just copy the password. And we'll go back here to Git, log off, and log on as this user, which is developer1, and the password I copied. It will ask me for a new password. I will put a new password for the user. To log on again. The first thing I have to do here is to get the SSH public key of the user and put it in his profile so the user will be able to interact with Git. So now we will go here to developer one, which I already did the SSH key gen for. Just cat the information here, the key, and I will go back and put it here. So put it developer one and the key. Okay, I'll log off again, and we will go back to Gmail here. We will log off developer1 and we'll log on as developer2. And again, we'll find the email, copy the password, and go back to Git and developer2. The temporary password, we will be asked for a new password, so we'll put the new password. And we will do the same. We will go to the profile settings, SSH key. We will go to developer2 here, and we will cat the key. Log off. We will do the same, log on as QA1 user. See that there is account created. We will take the password, go back to Git and QA user, password, sign in. File, SSH keys. Now I didn't intentionally, I didn't do the SSH key gen here so I can show it. And this works in Mac, works on Linux, and on Windows it works through the Git Bash program. So SSH key gen, TRSA. Just hit enter here to accept the defaults. So now I have the public key in the user home directory.ssh. So I will cat it. and now I have the key for QA. We'll go back here, add the key, QA user. Okay, so we'll log off again and log in again as git admin. So we see now that we have a project called example inc example, and this is the URL for the project. Now the git admin will have to create the project, so we'll create a directory. Actually remove this directory from all of them because I was doing some testing. Okay, so we will go back to the git admin. We will create a directory called example. We will enter this directory and we will do git init, and it will tell us that it initialized the git here. The second step that I like to do from the beginning here is, according to the development ID I'm using, either it's NetBeans, it's Visual Studio in Windows, it's whatever it is, I always like to get a default git ignore file for it from the internet here. So I just search for whatever I want, and I will search for NetBeans here. And this will give me a default git ignore file. The git ignore basically is a file that tells Git to ignore these files while it's doing committing and pushing and everything interacting with the server. So I will get this file, I will copy this data here, I will go back here and say nano.git ignore, and I will just paste the data and close the file. So now I have a file actually in the Git that I can push to the server and commit it. So what I will do now is I have to add all the additions that I added to the Git, and then I will commit with a commit message, first post with git ignore. So I have now committed a commit to the local Git, not to the server yet. And then I will initialize the remote one, git remote add origin, and I need the URL again, so I will go back here and get it. Yeah, before I do that and push to the server, I need to do my global settings, my username and my email. So I will say git config global username git admin and git config global user email git adm.sphinx@gmail.com. These emails will be deleted from Gmail after the demo is finished, so nobody should think of spamming them. Okay, so now I can say git remote add origin and the URL for the git, and then git push origin master. Okay, now if I go back to the git here and go to the project, I will see that there is one branch, which is the master branch, with one commit, which is the commit I did with the first post git ignore as the label for it. Okay. Now for our standard development procedure, we will create 3 permanent branches. The 3 permanent branches, one of them is for the developers, which will be called develop. The second one is for the QA team, which will be called QA. And the third branch is for the staging or the review area, where the customers and the internal reviewers will review a finished milestone or a finished version before it's pushed back to the master or merged to the master to be released. So what we will do here, we will create the 3 branches and push them to the server. So git checkout b develop. And then we will push it. So git push u origin develop. And then git checkout b qa git push u origin qa and git checkout b review or staging or whatever you want to call it, and git push u review origin review. Okay, so now if I look at my branches, I will see that I have here 4 branches: master, develop, QA, and review. And if I go back to the Git here, to the GitLab, and refresh, now I have 4 branches. The 4 branches are branch from the same commit, so they all have the commit number here. And now I am ready for the developers and the QA to pull these branches. Okay, so every one of them will do the same. Git config global user name QA user and git config global email links.qa1@gmail.com, and then git clone this will clone the repository. So after entering to this directory that was created here, if I do git branch, I will see that I have only the master branch. But what I can do here, I can pull the other branches. So git checkout t to track it, origin develop, and origin QA, and origin review. So now if I do git branch, I will see that I have all the branches. We'll do the same for the developers. Not all the developers don't actually need the review branch, but I'm just getting them all here so they can merge things together. Okay, so all the developers and the QA now have all the branches, and we are ready in our next video to start really doing some work. Thank you.